Welcome everyone to the Avengenerds podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host Torrent, and with me is my co-host Peyton.
Yo.
Today we'll be talking about the new Fantastic Four trailer and companion, as well as the news of the week. There'll be time codes in the description of the show notes if you want to jump around. And with that, here's Peyton with the news.
All right, let's get into it. We have a big report from Bloomberg about Warner Brothers games and their internal the stuff that's going on inside Warner Brothers games, and it's not great. And well, let's just get into it. So all the DC Warner Brothers stuff is going to be from Bloomberg. So according to Bloomberg, the Wonder Woman game from Monolith Productions was reportedly rebooted in early 2024. Now this Wonder Woman game was announced a long time ago. It might have been announced like 3 years ago, and apparently it just got rebooted in early last year. And apparently in this sort of reboot, Monolith reportedly abandoned the Nemesis system, which is from the Shadow of Mordor games, the Lord of the Rings games. The Nemesis system is essentially, let's say you slay an enemy or defeat an enemy, that enemy is going to come back better and stronger for revenge, and is going to be more aggro. It's a really cool system it's literally trademarked. I don't think trademark's the right word. It's like copyrighted, like no other game studio can use it. And so they were going to use it on this Wonder Woman game, but now they've abandoned that system in favor for a more traditional action adventure format, which is fine, but also it just would have been really cool to see that Nemesis system in this sort of Wonder Woman environment. I'm assuming it's going to be sort of like a God of War-esque type of game, but that's just speculation on my part. But from the article, it said the game has already cost more than $100 million and is still years away from release if it ever makes it to market. So this is just really unfortunate that they've essentially had to restart production. It's already $100 million in the red, basically, and it still might not make it to market. It's still years away from release, so it's likely this is probably going to be at least a $250 million game. It's still in the early stages. It's not looking good, and it sucks because for DC in particular, these games, we've gotten Batman games plenty, right? Like the Arkham games have been great. It's just Batman galore, and we've asked for years for literally anything else, and they're great. The Batman games are great games, but can we please get a Superman game? Can we please get a Flash game? Can we please get a Wonder Woman game, etc., etc.? And we just have never really gotten it. We got Suicide Squad, but this
Yeah, we got Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which as a concept, it's a pretty interesting game, but unfortunately it did not have it had the untapped potential because of the fact that, off launch it wasn't, very successful critically, and they took too long to pump out content, which, they revealed that the Justice League that you're fighting is clones from Brainiac. But I agree that we really need to make more games with DC superheroes, like a Flash game. Of course, there was talks of the Wonder Woman game, a Superman game. There's so many other characters that need the spotlight, and and they can get super duper creative with it too. Hell, even I would like to play a Green Lantern game. Imagine you playing a Green Lantern game where you're playing as different Green Lanterns throughout a span of all the years. So, Alan Scott, you can play as John Stewart, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner. It would be so cool just to do something like that. And I don't know what it is. Then again, it's WB, they're allergic to making money. We know that for sure. But there shouldn't be this hesitation, and there shouldn't be this hesitation of making or using these characters for these games. Granted, like you said, like we love Batman, we love the Arkham games, but how much more Batman are we going to?
It's always Batman or Batman adjacent.
Yeah, and that's also like a big problem. Like that's a conversation that's going on in the superhero community, at least the DC community, is that most of the comics are Superman and Batman. Hell yeah, most of the like DC movies, the animated movies, are Batman. Most of the comics are Batman. And Batman is, along with Superman, is a pioneer of DC, but you have other characters. And where are these other characters? I mean, we don't know. I mean, we know they have comics and they have multiple media of them, but they're not being utilized just because they're scared of making money.
Yeah, like you said, like a bunch of the stuff is just Batman. And like Suicide Squad, 2 of the playable characters are Batman villains. We had Gotham Knights, which is obviously extremely Batman adjacent, and we just haven't gotten anything that has allowed other DC characters to shine. And it's really unfortunate. And again, we love Batman, but DC isn't just all about Batman. And I think that's why I'm so excited about James Gunn's DCU, because he's willing to shine a light on other characters that aren't just Batman. And we're gonna get a Batman movie. Obviously, it's like not really DC without Batman, but he's not always the focal point of this universe.
Like, never in a million years would you ever like say, hey, we're gonna get a Creature Commandos project, and they're gonna be like, and people were like, who the fuck are the Creature Commandos? And never in my life will we ever see the Authority in anything. The Authority is like very niche as fuck. So the fact that they're even being brought into the DCU says a lot about how much passion James Gunn has to bringing all these different groups and people that you don't know into live action and or animated projects in his universe.
Yeah, he's not just going who's the most popular. He's going, what's going to tell the best story.
Yes, and
that's extremely important. And my God, please let his universe be a success. But point is, Wonder Woman, hope it comes out. This is also according to Bloomberg. We just talked about it, but about all the Batman. But Rocksteady is looking to develop a new single-player Batman game. The game would still be years away from release. I think I've talked about this before, but I think we should just move on from the Arkham universe.
I agree 100%.
Unless it like takes place like in between some of the games, then like maybe. But anything post Night, I'm not really interested in, because it's Suicide Squad, or because at the end of Night, obviously he fakes his own death or whatever, and then Batman's still around, but it's like this new fucked version of Batman or whatever. But then in Suicide Squad, he's like, I'm Bruce Wayne and I'm Batman.
I created the Justice League, and then I get kidnapped by fucking Brainiac. It's like, okay, buddy.
It's like, what happened here? In the end, it doesn't feel like Arkham Batman. It just doesn't. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Had it been an Elseworld story, I would have totally bought it.
Yeah,
to be honest. But no, they gotta make everything the Arkhamverse.
And I don't know what they're gonna do. And it's also important to say that current Rocksteady is not the same Rocksteady that created those original Arkham games. Yeah. And that's not to say this new Rocksteady is not capable, but I'm not as confident in them as a studio as I used to be. But hopefully it's actually decent. And lastly, according to Bloomberg, a Flash game was in the works at Warner Brothers Games Montreal, but was scrapped after the poor reception of the movie.
You're fucking scared. Stop being cowards. I just don't understand. Like, you don't gotta tie that shit into the fucking movie. Number two, there's so much other fucking Flash media that you can pull from to make the game. Why are, like, oh my god. As, for lack of better terms, as non-linear as a Flash is, you can make this motherfucker linear as fuck. It is not that hard to make a, oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't.
Bro's about to tweak out.
Bro, they keep fucking up my favorite character, dude. Like, this is insane.
Flash, your favorite character?
Not that he's one of them, yes, but it's not hard to make solid Flash media. Just like, if you want a blueprint, like, just do some shit with Reverse Flash, or better yet, do like a fucking Flash style gauntlet where he's fighting like his rogues. You don't even have to add Reverse Flash. Make it to where, yeah, he's doing some shit like fucking like the Arkham verse or whatever. I know we said let's move past it, but like, for lack of better terms, you have that formula of where he's fighting Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Heatwave. Like, just can't.
Mirror Master would be really cool.
Like you fuck, like, I'm telling you, that shit would be fucking fire. Just, you can get so creative with this shit. It is insane, bro. I'm telling you.
And to scrap it just because the movie did bad is baffling to me.
Yeah, because you're, like I said, like, they wanted that movie to succeed so fucking bad. Which, I mean, granted, like, anyone would want a movie that big to succeed, but to have the movie rely on anything Flash related is so fucking stupid. It doesn't make sense. But then again, you know, it's WB, not really surprising.
That's like scrapping Arkham Knight because BVS did poorly.
Yeah.
Like, what's the correlation?
They don't know. They couldn't answer it.
They also pitched a Constantine game, but it was never approved.
Yeah, because they're fucking cowards.
But that's what's going on in the world of DC. Outside of the movies, that is. And last piece of news, and also technically part of the topic, the Fantastic Four trailer.
Peak.
Look, I'm very excited for Superman, right? It's my most anticipated film of the year. But I don't know what it is about this trailer, but I haven't felt this way about a trailer where I just want to watch it over and over and over again, probably since that initial trailer for the Batman.
It was funny because I unintentionally woke up at 8:00. You had sent me the trailer like minutes before I woke up. I watched it. I watched it like at least like 3 times. And then I texted you. And I was just like, bro, this shit means something to me, bro. And the thing is too, like, I wanted to explain what I meant, like, the other day when I texted you. Like, I haven't felt excited about an MCU like movie in like a long time. I haven't had a trailer of an MCU movie excite me this like in so long. It is literally so peak, and the bar is in hell when it comes to Fantastic Four movies. So I know that this one's going to be really, really top tier. But my goodness, they're getting the beats and everything correctly. So many cool shit in the trailer alone. It just looks so amazing. I
can't. The vibes of this trailer are immaculate. And obviously the trailer is meant to give you a vibe of the film. And if this is the vibe of the film, oh my God. But like, it starts off and it's sort of like a interview with, you know, the Richards, the Reed and Sue. And Pedro Pascal is doing this, you know, like old-timey 60s voice. It's like, oh, we have dinner at 6:00 on the dot, never earlier, never later, or whatever. And it's great. I'm really enjoying that because, you know, this whole 60s futuristic look I adore so much, and it fits the Fantastic Four so well. And I'm just so, this is literally my ideal Fantastic Four. So I'm like over the moon about this. But like, yeah, he's doing that, and then you know, it expands because it's a fucking movie. And then we get our first real look at the Thing, and I was just like, because we saw it before in like in on set photos where it's just like a stand-in essentially, but seeing him in motion, seeing him speak, I can't, man. I it's so good. It's so good, and I love him so much. The design is so perfect. Like I cannot get over it. I can't get over it. Every time I see it, I'm like, God damn, that's good.
I also just love how everyone's like being displayed. Of course, you know, the Thing, they can't keep this motherfucker out the kitchen. Yeah. I love how Sue's powers are being displayed as, you know, like a light spectrum instead of just like this blue coated invisible field. Yeah. So fucking dope. The flight scenes with Johnny and Repeat.
People are talking about how like on the lens it's like showing like the dirt and dust that's on the lens and stuff, which is always a really nice touch.
It really is. It's really dope. And I love the costumes look really, really dope. And I love how even with the costumes they have like their own like personality as well.
Yeah, I assume they'd all be uniform,
like one of the same.
Yeah. But Sue has like sort of like the classic, like the white around the collar. Reed is like all blue. Johnny has like white on the sleeves, and Things is actually pretty similar, but to Johnny's that is.
Yes, but so it looks really, really cool. I want that costume as like pajamas.
Throw us a Fantastic Four sweater.
Yeah,
and I'm 100% with you.
Someone in the comments was like, in like some comments or whatever, someone was like, the uniforms look like trash. It look like pajamas. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I will wear the fuck out of them.
It's the 60s, and they're just little. It's perfect.
Bring back goofy costumes. I don't give a fuck.
They're also not actually sweaters. If you go to the scene with the Thing where he's like cooking with Herbie, you can see that the texture is sort of it's like ribbed. Yeah, and it's, what do you mean by that? But yeah, it's like hard. At least the white bit is sort of like almost like armored. It's like I don't even know how to just describe it, but it's clearly not a sweater.
Yeah, it's from what I'm looking at the picture right now, because I have them saved, because I was nerding out. Yeah, it's like a ribbed texture with like padding, and yeah, it doesn't look like a sweater at all. But even if it was a sweater, I'm fucking wearing the shit out of that, because why not?
That's on God.
Like, for real, I would. I wear that outfit every fucking day if I could, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Yeah. And the cinematography in this movie looks incredible.
Looks absolutely really, really good.
It looks gorgeous. Matt Shakman is cooking. My goat. Oh,
what? Continue?
No. Continue? No.
I was saying we also got to look at Galactus.
Hell yeah, we did.
Looks really good. Some people are speculating that John Malkovich
will
be Red Ghost. I've also heard a theory that he is a multi-dimensional Doctor Doom. I'm hearing hearing a lot of theories about that, but I'm leaning towards Red Ghost.
Yeah, I think Red Ghost is probably the accurate guess. I love the car they're driving.
Yes, it looks really, really dope.
It looks fantastic. Just the small scenes we get of Johnny flying through the city, of the Thing running, like, again, just perfection. And I also see some people being like, oh, I kind of wish we got to see their origin. I'm pretty sure we are seeing their origin. It's just not going to be like a quarter of the film.
Yeah.
Because obviously we do see Ebon Mas-Baccarat in, human form. And
God, he looked like they nailed like that whole scene in that trailer. Like, it looks so cool.
Oh yeah, him looking at like the old footage of him and then it shutting off to the reflection of him in the. Oh, come on, bro.
Him in his top hat and his little sweater and the trench coat.
My god,
but dude, think about this. It, like, of course, the TV shuts off, shows the reflection, then it cuts to him on the sidewalk, but then it rains and we get the silhouette from across the street on a wide shot. Holy shit, peak cinema.
Truly.
I will literally be Martin Scorsese in the theater, hands up, and I will scream absolute cinema.
And it's like a very similar sequence to the 2005 film.
Yeah.
And like comparing the two, and I'm a early 2000s Fantastic Four movie apologist, and I love Michael Chiklis as the Thing. He did a great job. But oh my god, it's so good in this. It's so good. And I also see some people complaining about the Thing's CGI. You're blind. Like, I don't know what you're seeing. There's literally nothing wrong with it. They literally could ship the movie out now with that level. It's perfect. It's fine. There's no, I don't know. I don't know what you're seeing. I know I've talked about in this show before how I'm a little CGI blind, but I don't see any issues.
Yeah.
But, and you were telling me that after you saw it, like, how you were loving the sound design.
Yes, the sound design is really, really nice. Like, especially on the Thing. The Thing sound design.
Yeah, he's like clapping and walking away. Just the sound of the rocks.
Yeah. It sounds so good.
Yeah. And I also see some people complaining, being like, "Oh, I thought I wish they had a more gravelly voice for the Thing." Nah.
It's not 2015 anymore, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I actually love how they kept his voice, because, like, I mean, it still is keeping his humanity intact.
Yeah. So if you're a fucking casual loser, first of all, he has a semi-normal voice in the comics. They literally pointed out, because people like in the comics, they're always surprised that he sounds normal despite him being this hulking rock thing. And people are also complaining that at the end of the trailer, when they're all standing in line, that he's quote unquote short, and really he's like 6 foot. That's how it's always been. Again, it's not 20 feet. I don't know where this is coming. He's not the Hulk. All right, he's literally relatively normal height. He's just huge and made of rocks. Like this is exactly how it should be. But yeah, just that entire first sequence of him cooking with Herbie, I could watch that 100 times over and not get tired of it. I love it so much. This whole trailer perfectly encapsulates the Fantastic Four. They're a family first, and they absolutely nail it. I'm curious where they're going to fit Franklin in.
We see a shot that it's like, you know, when Sue and Reed are talking in the bed, there's a shot where it appears that she's already pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, look, man, imagine Franklin's born at the end of the film and he fucking smashes their universe, and they just get transported somewhere into the MCU.
And then Deadpool comes up, he says, "Hi, you're running at a bit of a low point." We didn't see the Silver Surfer in this.
No.
Who we know is going to be in the film. It's going to be a woke version, unfortunately, but... It's going to be a woke version, but it is what it is. It's Marvel these days, am I right?
Yeah, man, you know... Always with go broke, man.
Yeah, bro, this movie ain't making no money. It's speaking of that, making no money... I've also seen a bunch of people. I fucking hate this elitism fucking fandom faction bullshit. People are like, "Oh man, Superman's in trouble," and other people being like, "Man, this movie looks so good. This makes Superman look fucking trash." And I saw one tweet that had an annoying number of likes. That was like, "This is why you don't get the cinematographer from the Flash." And I'm like, no, both these films, can we just enjoy two things at once, please? Like I can't fathom.
I mean, we can, bro. We can't do that.
Yeah, it's not possible for them. But it's like I can't fathom.
It's really not possible.
Just not being able to enjoy both. We're getting two, presumably, peak films within 2 weeks of each other. Like I can't.
But it's funny though, because they're saying, oh yeah, that's why you shouldn't get the cinematographer for The Flash. Yeah, he worked on Guardians 3 and the Suicide Squad, which are critically acclaimed.
It doesn't make any sense. And people are comparing the two trailers and like, look how much better the cinematography is in the Fantastic Four, which side note, weird that people are being like, oh, look at this MCU film and how good it is compared to this DC. I'm like, I thought we were hating the MCU. What's happening?
Remember, Peyton, they only hate the MCU when things look good to them.
When things don't look good.
Yeah, when things don't look good.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the internet.
Yeah, it's the internet, unfortunately.
That is the internet. But yeah, we get to Galactus. I'm just really annoyed that we never got to see any Robert Downey Jr. Unfortunate.
Get this motherfucker away from this shit, bro. I want that motherfucker dead.
All right.
I want RDJ's Doom. I want his head exploded in the first 5 minutes of Doomsday.
Oh my.
I don't like RDJ Doom. I don't want him.
I mean, fair enough. He was also director of photography on Volume 2. The Flash cinematographer. Yeah, people just love to pick and choose. Last thing I want to say is we got to see a little bit of a taste of everyone's power set except Mr. Fantastic.
That's fine.
No, it's not. He was like, oh, you can turn invisible. Oh, the thing's the thing. Oh, Johnny can turn into fire. Doesn't mention himself. And people are speculating because the CG's not ready, which, I mean, probably. People are also speculating there's a scene where Reed Richards, played by Pedro Pascal, is writing on a chalkboard and people think he's writing on the other side with a super stretched arm, which I think would be really fun. But like I said, I haven't felt this way about a trailer in a few years. And it's like, that's not to say any other trailers have been bad. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, like, I mean, the trailer was cool, but like, something's got to click in a trailer. And as much as I love the Superman trailer, I was like, cool. But this, and again, I want to reiterate, Superman is my most anticipated film of the year. But something about this trailer hits different. And I think it's the thing. Just seeing the thing in this way, in this form, chef's kiss. Even if the movie's bad, at least I have this trailer.
For real.
But you have anything else?
Nah, man, it's just gonna be peak.
Yeah.
But this summer my wallet will be in shambles, but it will be the best summer of my life for a little bit.
True, between Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic World, what is it? Rebirth. And your most anticipated film, The Smurfs.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna see that shit.
Like, busy month
for sure.
Although I'm not gonna see Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah. Let me know.
I'll let you know how it is. But meanwhile, I will be spending $30 a ticket on Fantastic Four and Superman IMAX. I will be there. I will do it.
Did you see someone make a concept for popcorn buckets for the Fantastic?
Yeah, I did see that. It looks really dope.
Those are really cool, and it almost annoys me because I'm like, well, now they can't use those because they will never have those popcorn buckets will never have that much sauce. They're not gonna have that much the stretchy arm, but it's also that's literally
dude,
god damn it,
it's not gonna have that much sauce, bro.
It's not gonna happen.
It's annoying that it's never gonna happen.
Unfortunate, but I want those sweaters.
Yeah, I want to have like a whole lineup of like all the Fantastic Four costumes, but as like, you know, like kind of like everyday wear, you know, from like the ones from like the 90s, then the early 2000s, not 2015 because that one doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then I'll get the one from Deadpool Wolverine, and then I'll have this one.
I just if they ever do, they'd be so fucking stupid not to do a sweater. If they don't do imagine being that stupid.
No, I'm just gonna get off Etsy, bro. Etsy motherfuckers are gonna cook. They're always gonna cook, bro. They're gonna make that shit.
My only problem is I feel I'd only want it if it's like, it can't be like a printed on long sleeve tee. It has to be a fucking sweater that's like, it has like the lines on it that has like depth to it and shit. Like you could like I need it to be fucking quality. Otherwise I'm not getting it. Not worth it.
Exactly. I agree.
How much you paying for it though?
It depends. If it's like I wouldn't say 1-to-1, but if it's like damn near like accurate, I'd spend like maybe, and if like for a sweater, I'd spend like at least $50 to $65 on it.
Yeah.
Like for real. I
was thinking if it looks so good, I'm like, I have to get it $85.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. That's fucking steep. Although maybe it won't be steep because of tariffs. But like, if it looks really good, I'm saying, you got artists out here charging $120 for a fucking crew neck. Like, Anyway, let's talk about companions, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, very quick non-spoilers, because this is the kind of movie, it's kind of all spoilers. I would highly recommend going in blind. I'm slightly annoyed that I knew something about it beforehand, though to be fair, they did eventually release it in like I think like the second trailer, and I think even one of the posters, which is annoying because I think it's not even necessarily a twist. It's just that the premise itself, I think, works better if you don't know what it is. But that first trailer was so much whatever. It's really good.
It is really good. I am surprised that, not saying that people do this intentionally, but I'm glad that the movie was well received, better than I thought it was. Like usually there's like a good trailer and that doesn't really spoil anything, and people go to see it and it's like, oh yeah, I thought this was pretty bad. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But this coming out of this, a lot of people that I know, they actually really liked it, and I'm like really enjoyed that other people like it as well. And so I'm really glad that I went in spoiler free and I managed to understand what was going on through dialogue, and that we'll get into, and through set design. It was really dope. Everyone did well. Jack Quaid, best Nepo baby actor that there is right now. Sophie Thatcher killed it. I do want to see more of her work though. I know she's in Yellow Jackets, I believe.
Yeah, which is apparently really good. Never seen it.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I believe it's on Max. But so far, first impression, really, really good. Really enjoyed her. So
Lucas Gage, also really good.
Yes.
Who I just realized recently was the guy from, I don't remember, it was years ago. Sort of start of the pandemic. He was auditioning and the director forgot to turn his mic off, and he was like, man, this guy lives in a shithole or whatever. And
jeez.
Yeah, and Lucas Gage was just like, yeah, I mean, I know it's not the nicest place in the world, but I hope to succeed and get a better place and stuff. And he was like, the director was like, oh my god, I am so sorry. And everyone fucking turned on that director, and everyone was like, hey, this Lucas Gage guy, he's all right. And I was like, oh shit, that's him. The other guy in it, also good. The fucking dog in Puss in Boots. that's what I know him from.
Oh goodness. Oh, he was auditioning for Euphoria. Oh yeah, he's in Euphoria.
Yeah, he's in Lucas Gate. He got into White Lotus off the back of that controversy.
Yeah, as he should.
Yeah, he was like, because I guess the people at White Lotus saw that and were just like, let's look at this guy. And you got to roll in White Lotus.
Okay. I'm sorry. Before we move on, I was like, because I never knew about the controversy until you said it. So I went on this Wikipedia page. I look at personal life. The first sentence, Gage is gay. Just says Gage is gay. Oh my! That just the first sentence. Gage is gay.
You know what? I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
I disagree.
But yeah, okay, you can continue. That was just funny.
Yeah, the cast all in all is really solid. Again, going blind because you knew about the crux of the story, right?
Yeah. I knew like what what in a sense what Sophie Thatcher's character was before going into the film. I knew that part.
Yeah, and they don't. This isn't a spoiler because it's literally like one of the first things said, but you know that she's gonna do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how and why is the why you're in. Also, really good hook.
Really good hook.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a really good intro. I just wish they kept it hidden in the marketing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not even that. It's not like a fucking Shyamalan level twist, but I feel like a lot of that. This is hard to talk about without spoilers, but spoiling it. But like, sort of like in the middle of the movie when Jack Quaid does a specific thing. Imagine not knowing about it, and probably up to that point being like, is this what's happening here? Yeah. And then that happening and being like, oh my god, like. It's unfortunate.
I genuinely think that like there is, I mean, yeah, like you said, like it could have the plot could have been dug a little bit deeper through marketing, but I think when going into the movie and just listening to all the dialogue, there's just so much that can be like uncovered. There's so much that can be covered because the dialogue makes it pretty clear what's going on, which I like, and which I mean, I think I like when dialogue is not in a sense spoon fed to you, but it's where
it's obvious, but it's not. They're not punching you over the head with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but, if I just didn't know, even if it was obvious, that reveal would have just hit a lot harder. But
yeah, most definitely.
I didn't hinder my enjoyment of it that much. It was still really good. There's also a second reveal that I personally I didn't see coming. So that was a fun surprise, which we'll obviously get into in spoilers. But yeah, just really great movie. Really, I feel like I've been complaining this whole time, but I've just been complaining about the marketing, not the movie itself. The movie itself is obviously great. I think maybe my biggest issues with it is that I kind of wish it did a little bit more with the concept. I also feel like some aspects, it's hard to critique something when it's not intentionally trying to bite off something else. It's more like wearing their inspirations on their sleeves, but some of it can be a little derivative, which again we'll get into in spoilers because I can't mention what it's derivative of without inherently spoiling it. But yeah, that's probably my biggest complaint with it, which isn't even that big of a complaint. Just really solid movie. Highly recommend it.
Most definitely. I gave it like an 8. Yeah.
8 out of 10 for me. All right, let's get into spoilers. You have been warned. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, you've been you're gonna get spoiled if you continue on.
That bitch is a robot.
Hey, bro. Robots are coming, bro. They're gonna take over our jobs. They're gonna take over everything that we love and dear. I mean, shit. I'm one right now. I'm telling you that right now. Bro.
Oh no! This whole time?
Dog. Yeah.
But you grew like an inch and a half.
How?
I don't know, man. You just grew like an inch and a half.
I asked the company for that, bro.
Well, shit, fair enough. Can't argue with that.
How the fuck did you know about that?
How did I know you grew an inch and a half? Bro, I just looked at you.
Huh.
I was like, look at this guy. He's growing so fast. He finally hit puberty.
Shit came late for me, bro. I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah. in more ways than one. So
Yeah.
she's a robot, and like we were talking about, the dialogue is quite obvious, but it's just like, because it starts off like, oh, like she meets Jack Quaid and she kills him. Again, great hook. But then it gets into like, his nickname for her is Beat Boop, which is also fucked up.
It's fucked up.
She's like, thank you, whatever Jack Quaid's character's name is, Car. I'm just gonna call him Jack. It's like, thank Jack's car or whatever, and I was like, okay. And then he asked her the weather, and she was like, it's 86.3 degrees or whatever. And it's like, this stuff is obvious, but if you're not thinking about it, it might not be that. It's like, okay, well, it's like when a kid goes like, hi school or whatever, bye school, when they're like driving by it, and it's like, okay, maybe she's just like kind of childlike, and she's like, thank you car or whatever, because especially since it's self-driving, and it's like, okay, if you're not thinking about it, she knows the weather. I know people who fucking obsess about what weather it is. It's like, okay, that might not be anything. So it's like, if you go into it blind, I could see, even though it is obvious, I could see how it might not be like extremely obvious, and yet it might genuinely be a surprise. But what I did think was a surprise, though, is Lucas Gage's character being a robot. I did not see that coming personally.
Yeah, that was a twist for sure. But then it also made sense to me because of like his body language and how he was speaking when, the whole thing about how they first met as well, when they were talking about like, it was him and the character, his name was Eli. Like how they met. It kind of felt a little similar, but then later on in the story, when they talk about what they're doing, that was like, oh damn, that's kind of crazy. Beep boop.
Beep boop. Yeah. It is unfortunate that the movie is woke and has gay characters in it, but it is what it is, I guess.
Nah, man, you're not woke enough, man.
True.
If two gay men kissing freaks you out, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy.
If you think being gay is weird, that's kind of gay, bro.
Yeah, why you thinking about gay men like that, bro?
Yeah, why you thinking about men like that, man? It's fucking gay.
fucking gay, bro.
You fucking freak.
What about gay people fucking pisses you off, huh? You think about dicks like that? Fucking gay wad.
Fucking weirdo, man.
Fucking weirdo. Think about dicks, bro. You're thinking about how another man's fucking dick is gonna ruin your day. Fucking freak. We love gay people.
There's another woman in it who's
Cat. Yeah. She's a bitch.
Jesus.
Sorry. Well, I mean, she is a bitchy person, but there's a reason why she acts like that.
Yeah, and again, it's like she's like Sophie Thatcher's character. It's like, oh, she doesn't like me, and it's like, oh damn, she does seem like a bitch. But when you know what you know, that she's a robot, then Kat's concerns are normal-ish. It's like yeah, well, it seems like you're kind of replacing me in a lot of ways. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Rupert Friend is in this as Sergey.
Rupert. I just want to think of every time I think of the name Rupert, reminds me of Rupert. Family Guy.
Rupert. Yeah. He was fucking weird in this, huh?
Yeah, he was weird. But I was just like, he's playing a Russian man. This guy will go two ways. Is he a freak, or is he just a normal guy?
He's a freak, and it's like,
he's a freak.
So Kat's plan, part of her plan, her own plan, was to tell Jack Quaid, like, hey, this guy's like a Russian mobster or whatever. He's in some really deep shit, but it turns out he's just like a soil.
He sells dirt.
Yeah, whatever. It's like, oh, and then Jack Quaid's like, oh, so I just like killed like this innocent guy. That being said, he was gonna rape the robot.
Yeah, which like, of course, like I like the theme, or I like the exploration, or at least the concept of the theme of, how, in a sense, women are like, you know, corporate beings.
Women are objects.
And pretty much, yeah, women are objects in this exploration of the film. And I like what they were doing with that.
No one clipped that.
Huh?
No one clipped that. Just me saying women are objects. Just no one clipped that.
That in this film, the concept and exploration of how women are objects and how women, or at least this woman in particular, is being used not only as a corporate being and a corporate being being sold to men, who we find out later that Jack Quaid's character is a fucking incel.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, he's a big time fucking incel. Dialogue even proves that. But also in the whole thing is that, like, in the beginning of the movie, there's a lot of push-ins and there's a lot of focus on this USB drive. Going into the plan was that, yeah, like fucking Jack Quaid plants a knife in, you know, Sophie Thatcher's character's pocket. He bumps up to her aggression, and she ends up, you know, killing Sergei in an act of self-defense because, you know, bro is getting freaky. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. You know, after he's dead and she spawns in with a knife and she has blood all over her, things are going crazy, and then Jack Quaid is like, yo, shut off. Man, like, damn, just cut her off like that? Way to silence women, you fucking freak.
But yeah, that was really well done. And that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine you didn't know, and he goes, whatever her name is. What's her name?
I'll figure it out. Her name is Iris.
Yeah, he goes, Iris, shut down, or whatever he says. And her fucking eyes just go white. It's like, that'd be such a... I'm annoyed. But it's fine. But then when, like, they're discussing the plan or whatever, and it was like, it becomes obvious up until that, or it becomes obvious, like, right up to when it happens. But when they're like, oh, we'll split it 3 ways, and yeah, and he's like, no, we'll split it 4 ways. I'm just like, I didn't see it coming. I was like, damn, they just do not give a fuck about this guy, do they? And then he was like, fine, shut off. And I was like,
yeah. And he's like, what the fuck, man? You say that shit right in front of him? He's like, he's not real. He's like, oh wow. Now that shit was hilarious. Hey, but bro had that money. Bro had that money for real.
I like how they're just them as people, as a group of people, and also as schemers. It's just bad. It's just a bad plan.
Yeah, it's a very horrible plan.
But it's not like a criticism. It's like, clearly it's meant to be a bad plan in the story of the film. It's like, oh yeah, all her memory and stuff is stored, like, in her stomach, and he's like, oh no.
Yeah, he's like, oh fuck.
And I also like how the guys who go to take her after that whole sequence happens, which we'll get to, he's just like, the secondary guy is like, oh, how do you think this happened? The guy was like, he definitely modded her. That guy's clearly a fucking freak.
But you know what's crazy, like, you know, after, you know, Sophie Thatcher's character, like, pretty much like escapes, and, you know, they're off to find her or whatever. You know, they're, you know, Eli and Patrick, they're having like their like little moment, and this is fucking crazy, dude. So they're having a little moment. They find Iris, and, you know, she's escaping. Eli fucking tackles the shit out of her, and then he gets shot through his fucking stomach, bro. It's fucking crazy. And, like, obviously it's fucked up, but I couldn't help but just that kind of giggled, bro.
What is wrong with you?
No. Wait, no, like, there's like a reason. Like, they also I don't know who the editors were, but the editors made this shit fucking 10 times funnier, bro. Like later on in the movie, Oh my fucking
What do you
God.
mean? In what way?
Okay. So hold on. I want to get through this shit. So basically, you know, to stop Iris from, basically, before that, fucking Iris took Jack Quaid's character's phone and bumped up her intelligence because, you know, there was also a sequence where he gets Iris like delivered to her and everything like that, and the guy's like, yeah, you know, you can bump up her intelligence and all that type of shit, you know, 100%. It's like an Ivy League grad, and you know, it's crazy. And she almost gets away, and then fucking Jack Quaid's like, hey, I'm gonna reset this guy real quick and make it to where he falls in love with me. It's fucking fucking stupid,
yeah.
dude. The sequence was fun. It was really funny. I really like the sequence of that.
I love how he is a bit of an incel, but he still plays along. He's like, oh, thanks, babe. Oh yeah, it's going great, babe. It's like,
yeah, I love that. But you know, I actually also love the bit where, you know, he Iris is in the car, she's like getting away, but then he like activates like, you know, some sort of like kill switch, and the cop, you know, there's like a cop that was there, and she's like speaking German the whole time, but since Patrick's aggression has been bumped up, you know, after the cop and Iris having their little bit together, this fucking dude just kills the cop, bro.
Annihilates him.
Just face is gone, bro. And then, you know, of course, they get back to the house using the fucking cop Tesla. There's a fucking cop Tesla car, bro. They're really using the electronics wisely in this film, dude. This is fucking crazy. Poor Cat, bro. Because like it's like okay, Cat's like, she was an asshole, but I understand why. She just gets fucking
by the end it's like, oh yeah, she's kind of cool.
Yeah, fucking, you know, of course Cat's like, yeah, that's like 2 dead people in a span of like a couple of hours. I gotta fucking go.
I'm out of here.
And then Jack Quaid's is like, Patrick Stopper just gets fucking shanked in the fucking back, bro. I'm like, holy shit. And then I mean, of course, like, Jack Quaid kind of feels bad. He's like, what the, like, you know, like, what'd you do? He's like, you told me to stop her, so I did. Just, like, bro, ain't no fucking way she's just about to bleed out on this couch like that. That's such a fucked up way to die. But then, yeah, later on, you know,
I like the bit where she's modulating her voice.
Yeah, I like that too. It was like adding like that bit of tension to everything, and showing off her, you know, the 100% intelligence and shit like that. All right, not to mention that Jack Quaid's hand and fucking foot got fucked up. Because his foot ran over, got his hand caught in the door.
I really like when Jack Quaid gets a little sinister.
Yeah, it's
He's a good actor.
Side of Huey. He really is a great actor. I really enjoy him a lot.
I was watching Scream and I was like, does he sell this? And he does.
For real. But Peyton, he's a good guy. You know, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I forgot. Like,
really sane.
I don't know if it was earlier in the. I think it's like later on in the film, but he goes on. He's like all the women in my fucking life. I'm like, God damn, bro. It's okay.
I was like, hey, bro, maybe there's a common denominator. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I was talking about influences earlier. There's some Ex Machina in this. There's some Blade Runner in this. There's very obvious Terminator 2.
Yeah, Terminator 2 shit.
Some Westworld. So it's clearly very influenced by other sci-fi shit with robots.
Which is cool. I mean, we love seeing robots. We love seeing robots for sure.
Sex robots?
Any robots, bro.
Okay, Torin wants a sex robot. I'm writing this down just for the future. Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. It's a small thing, but Jack Quaid's character was like, I didn't buy it. You're a fucking rental.
Oh yeah, I was like, God damn.
And I'm like, And part of me was like, that's kind of fucking gross. How do they clean that shit out?
That's actually crazy to think about.
I'm just saying. You got to think about it logistically. From a business standpoint, I just don't know how rentals would work out. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
That's fucking nuts.
Also, the guy was like, yeah, we're just going to check the recordings to see what happened. Jack Quaid's like, huh? What do you mean by that?
He's like, oh yeah, the mainframe is still intact and everything, but like, well, like we're definitely gonna see like what happened, because her eyes were recording everything. I'm like, oh my god, this dude's so cooked.
I think the best, and at least to me, most gruesome kill, even though technically it was probably the cop, but the corkscrew thing going into his head, physically made me squirm. I was like, I
was like, wow, I haven't seen a death like that. And I'm like,
yeah, like I've seen somebody's face get bashed in like crazy before, but that... I've seen a shotgun go to somebody's head and it explodes and it's all flappy, like T2. Yeah, I've seen a real life beheading, thanks to you.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a couple of those, but yeah, no, that corkscrew thing was fucking crazy.
That was gross. I didn't like it, but it was good. But I didn't like it.
Yeah, but when this is the part that made me fucking it's fucked up. So when but before, I know when of course Patrick is wearing the cop outfit because as like the the plan or whatever, since everything is kind of like botched, and he fucking like kills one of the guys of the company. And before he kills the other guy, Iris like helps him out, or not? He helps the one of the guys, and she's basically distracting Patrick. And Iris is like, Patrick, like he's using you. He's not the one you love. You love Eli, and like he kind of has like this like realization. But as like the realization is going, they're putting in clips of Eli in Patrick's memory, and one of them is him just getting fucking shot. I'm like, what the? Why would you fucking add that? That was
because it's his death. That's what he was traumatized by. So like,
yeah, I know, but dude,
why do you think he kills himself? Like,
no, but it was just like this nice sequence. Got shot to the fucking. I was just like, that's fucking crazy. Like, damn, it's like that's fucked up. But I'm like, holy shit, that made me. I was like, oh my god, that was so crazy. But yeah, but yeah, that's crazy. That was fucking nuts. Oh, and she rips her skin off.
Oh, that was gross. But cool. Also very Terminator.
Very Terminator indeed. Hey, but she got to keep all that money though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Although, yeah, she'd have to pay everything through cash because it's not like she has an ID.
No, but overall, the film was fucking fire.
Yeah, great stuff.
No pun intended.
I think it's doing well, obviously, and I think the budget was like 10 million.
Yeah, as it should be.
So yeah,
shouldn't be like 50 million.
Good stuff all around. More movies like this, please.
Yes, most definitely. But also, you want to know what also makes the film a little bit better? And like, I was like, this movie kind of feels familiar. I forget that it was produced by Zach Krieger.
Barbarian. Yeah.
Directed Barbarian, yeah. I was like, it does have that kind of vibe, doesn't it?
All right, well, did you watch anything this week?
Oh, yes, I did. I finished Squid Game Season 2. And I gotta say, I like it. Like I said before, when I watched the first couple of episodes, the show knows what it is. It's Squid Game. That's all I gotta say. I will say, of course, it is supposed to annoy you, but there's some stuff that goes on in this season where I'm just like, oh my god, this is like really, really annoying. Are you gonna watch these? Have you seen Squid Game?
No.
Are you gonna watch it?
I saw the first episode and I was like, I get it.
You should watch it all the way through. But I will. Do you care about spoilers?
Nah.
Spoilers for Squid Game season 2. So pretty much, the main guy, I forget his name. He goes back into the game after finding, the cop from the first season, because the cop was on the island. He's trying to find his brother. He figures out his brother was running the game. Whatever, he gets shot. Whatever, whatever. There's a bunch of subplots that goes on, but pretty much the main guy, he goes back into the game, and he figures out he's telling people, hey guys, like, the first game is red light, green light. If you don't, just follow what I do, follow what I say, and you will live. And of course, people don't believe him, but people are dying, and people are dead. Some people like live and shit like that, and they're like, oh well, I was scared because you were yelling, not because people were dying. And I was like, oh my fucking god, this is annoying me already. But overall, he tells people, I played the game before I left. I have like literally $4.6 billion. I won the first game. And he's telling people like, hey, like, this will be the second game or whatever. But obviously the games are switched. And overall, there's a rule in the game where if you want to continue, the rule of the game is that the games can be ended and people can like leave with the amount of money that they accrued so far, but it has to be like, you have to have like a voting process. So throughout the entirety of like the season is that the games are being continued, but they're going around with the voting process, and there's split between those like, oh yeah, I want to play the game because the more people that die, more money gets, the more money gets accrued. But people are like, we can just fucking leave right now with like the amount of money and just like we can survive another day, and it becomes like this whole thing. And so in the last couple of episodes, it just turns out into like an all out war between the factions and shit like that, and some people are dying, and there's in this like little group that the main guy's in, of course he wants to like leave the game, he wants to save as many people as he can. They're gonna try to stop the game from the inside by snatching the guns from the employees pretty much and just raiding the office. And the game ends up, or the season ends up on a cliffhanger because the guy who was running the game, he infiltrated the group and betrayed him. And season 3 comes out this year, which in my opinion is kind of stupid. It could have ended at season 2, but that's what happens when your shit's on Netflix and they want to keep milking the fuck out of it. Overall, pretty good stuff from Squid Game. Can't wait to see what season 3 has to offer. And that's it.
Hell yeah. The only thing I watched was Piece by Piece, which is it's not a biopic. I guess it's like a documentary. It's a documentary.
Like a semi-doc.
Yeah. Okay. About Pharrell Williams, but it's in Lego.
Yes.
It's good stuff. It's good. I mean, it's literally, it's one of those things. It's like the only reason I watched it is because it was in Lego form. Because I don't really give a fuck about Pharrell Williams, but I was like, Legos. And it does a lot of interesting stuff. Seeing Lego Kendrick Lamar was pretty cool. Seeing a Lego Black Lives Matter protest is kind of wild in an official form, but it was really solid. It honestly did teach me a lot of things about Pharrell Williams that I didn't know, because I'm not keeping up with Pharrell Williams like that. And it did give me more respect for him as an artist. I was like, all right, good shit. I forgot what I gave it. I don't know, like a 3.5. So what, 7 out of 10?
Yeah,
good stuff. But is that the show?
That is the show.
I didn't say at the top that we weren't going to talk about the Super Bowl shit because we're recording this before the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. Thanks again. Thank you everyone for listening to Avengers Podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengenerds on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds. All one word, also on Blue Sky. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at It's Zenith on Blue Sky. Where can they reach you?
At Torrentina on Blue Sky.
Hell yeah. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Avengers Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.